Hi everybody. So I just want to share this thing that I come across. I mean, actually, it's something that I known since I was a kid. But I ran across a way that I can actually get one of these. So this is that you're looking over here. It's called the Rose of Jericho. Basically, it's a very old prehistoric, if you will, plant. It typically you don't see it like this. You typically see it very dry. I'll show you what this is actually the label. Rose of Jericho, resurrection plant. In some countries they use it for luck and they use it for all this other I don't know things that I don't believe in, right? But what I do believe is that this is the sickest, kind of coolest plant that I come across. Let me show you what it typically looks like before it turns green. If I can do this with one hand. So, all right. So right here is a little more difficult than I thought. Okay, so this is what it looks like, right? It just looks like a matted, dry weed or something, right? So the way this works is this plant stays like this throughout most of the year when it's dry, and it gets this way because it is dry, and it returns into this kind of bulbous, kind of round shape. It's a little spongy, kind of dense, and as you can see, the roots are at the bottom. So the way it works, when it's raining and it's really humid, you get something like this, right? That's the typical, and this is not a full green version of this. As you can see, this right here used to look like this 3 days ago. 3 days ago, it looked like this. When you put it in water, it becomes back alive, if you will, and it starts turning green. You can actually take it out of the water, let it dry, and it will return to the shape. This is what's interesting. So it turns into the shape, and it actually rips itself out of the ground when the ground starts to dry out in the desert. So it rips itself out of the ground and starts curling up into this shape. And the reason it does that is because it's no longer, the area no longer has water, so it needs a place where there's water. So it turns into this shape and it becomes into a tumbleweed. So now the wind just spins it around, right, until it hits a place that it can actually be fertile, and there's water. So when it reaches water, it starts to open up like a tripod, and because of the shape is like this, it can no longer roll, right? Not only that, the roots starts getting into the soil, where it's moisture, and there we go. We start the process again. It starts to turn green, and when it reaches full capacity and it's time to bloom, it will bloom into little white flowers. It's the sickest plant I have come across. It's so bizarre that it can be from this, and it can stay like this for years and years and years. My mother used to have one that it was like 10 years old, and I remember putting it in water after 10 years old, and it turned into that. So I think it's the sickest plant I come across in terms of like how it can go from this state to that state. Another tidbit about this plant is that it once it reaches this final destination where it actually can become green and all, it just throws these little seeds in the ground, and the seeds are similar to chia seeds, where the chia seeds have this kind of gelatinous kind of consistency over it. So when it reaches water, it kind of glues itself to the ground, and then it starts growing. Couple one of these, and then again the same process. If it starts drying up, which is typically in the desert, it curls up into that, and eventually the wind just starts spinning it on and tumbleweed, and it reaches its final destination, and boom, you get this again. I think that by the next day or so, this whole thing, as you can see, there's some kind of brownish areas, but this whole thing was brown, right? 3 days ago, this whole thing was brown. We believe that by tomorrow, the day after, the whole thing will be green. And this is what it was. Isn't that sick? Fucking crazy. So this one, I'm going to take it, I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to put it in water, and you're going to get the same results in a couple of days. If this turns to bloom, I'll show you guys what it looks like when it blooms. But anyway, if you want to get one of these, you can order them on, I guess, Amazon, I think is when I got this. But it's a crazy ass plant. Anyway, see ya.